Hello, my wonderful heart-to-heart friends, and welcome back to our safe space. This is Heart to Heart, the podcast that's here to be your friend and talk through every facet of love with you. After our last episode on how to set boundaries and building that beautiful fence around our hearts, a lot of you reached out and said something similar. I get why boundaries are important, but when it comes time to actually say something, it's just so hard. We're scared we'll hurt their feelings, scared it will turn into a fight, scared our words will damage the relationship. These fears are completely normal. Trust me, I've been there too. It often feels like we have only two options. Either we're brutally honest, or we beat around the bush for miles. The first path is just speaking your mind bluntly, without any filter, just to get the truth out. But it often leaves a trail of hurt feelings behind. The other path is being so afraid to speak directly that you're vague and unclear, and the other person is left confused about what you even want. In the end, the problem never gets solved, and you're left carrying all that frustration inside. So, is there really a middle path? A way we can communicate our needs, our feelings, or our disappointments directly, but without being hurtful? The answer is yes. And it's not magic, it's an art and a skill that every single one of us can learn. Today, we're going to explore the art and science of what's called assertive communication. This is all about standing up for yourself while respecting both your own feelings and the feelings of the other person. It's about building a bridge of understanding, not creating a battlefield of winning and losing. If you're ready to upgrade your communication skills to build even stronger, healthier relationships, grab your favorite drink and let's have a heart-to-heart. Okay, before we even get into any techniques or magic words, the most important thing is to adjust our mindset. Because if we go into a conversation ready for a fight, no matter how nice our words are, the energy we project will still feel like an attack. So why is being direct so hard for us? It usually stems from a deep-seated fear. Fear of conflict, fear of being seen as a bad person, fear of rejection, or fear that the relationship will fall apart. So we choose to stay quiet or just give in to keep the peace. But you know what, friends? The peace that comes from one person's silence isn't real peace. It's a storm waiting to erupt inside our own hearts. Let's reframe the goal of communication. I want you to try shifting the goal of the conversation. Instead of it being, I need to be right and you need to be wrong, or I have to win this argument, change it to, how can we, together, solve this problem? See the problem as an object that sits in the middle between the two of you. It's not you, and it's not them. It's an issue that you can tackle as a team. Picture this. If you see it as me versus you, it's a battlefield. But if you shift your perspective to us versus the problem, doesn't the entire atmosphere change? It becomes about teamwork. It becomes about building a bridge to connect to the other side. Always remember this powerful quote. Honesty without compassion is cruelty. Our goal isn't just to speak the truth. It's to speak our truth with love and a genuine desire for the relationship to become stronger and more understanding. So before you start a difficult conversation, take a deep breath and set your intention. I am going in to build a bridge, not to start a war. My goal is understanding, not victory. Just getting this mindset right is more than half the battle won. Now that we have the right mindset, it's time to open up our toolbox. Today, I have 3 simple but incredibly powerful tools for you. I promise you can adapt them to almost any situation. Tool number 1, the deeper I statement. We touched on this in our last episode, but let's go a little deeper. Using I as the subject of your sentence is about taking ownership of your own feelings and avoiding pointing a finger of blame at the other person. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," this is a judgment and an attack. Try saying, "I feel a bit sad when I'm telling you something and I see you on your phone because it makes me feel like what I have to say isn't important." See the difference? The second sentence doesn't judge who they are as a person. It simply states how their action impacts your feeling. It makes it so much easier for the other person to hear you without getting defensive. Tool number 2, focus on the behavior, not the person. This is so key, my friends. We often confuse a person's actions with their identity. Criticizing their identity, like "you are so lazy," will immediately make them feel attacked and put them on the defensive. But if we focus on the specific behavior that's causing the problem, it becomes a much more manageable issue to solve. Example, your partner never helps with the dishes. Don't say, "Why are you so lazy? You never think to help with anything?" Try saying, "Hey honey, I'm feeling really exhausted being the only one to do the dishes every day. Is there a way we could work together on this? Maybe we could try taking turns." This approach changes the conversation from an attack into an invitation to find a solution together. Tool number 3, the sandwich technique. This technique is classic and so effective for giving feedback or talking about sensitive topics. The idea is to put the filling, the criticism or request, between 2 slices of bread, positive, genuine comments. The structure is compliment, genuinely, state the issue, request, end with encouragement or reassurance. Example, your partner is always late when you have plans. Don't say, "You're late again. Are you ever on time for anything?" Try the sandwich technique. The top slice of bread, "Hey, thank you so much for making the effort to meet me. I'm always so happy when we get to spend time together." The filling, "I wanted to ask if we could try something. I would feel so much better if we could meet on time for our next date, because waiting alone makes me feel a little anxious." The bottom slice of bread, "I know we can get this right next time. I just want you to know how much I look forward to seeing you." This technique is brilliant for softening the blow because you start and end with positive energy. It makes the other person feel valued and more open to hearing the filling, which is the main point you want to address.
Okay, so we have our mindset and our tools ready. But in real life, conversations don't always go as smoothly as planned, right? Sometimes emotions run high and things get tense. How do we handle that? Number 1, pick the right time and place. Timing is everything. Never try to have a difficult conversation when either of you is hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. That HALT acronym is great to remember. These are the times when our emotional defenses are at their lowest and we're most likely to lash out. Choose a time when you are both calm and have enough space to talk things through properly. Number 2, the power of the pause, taking a time out. If you start to feel your emotions bubbling up, your heart racing, or you're about to say something you'll regret, use this magic move. Call a timeout. Just say it. "I can feel myself getting really emotional right now. Can we please take 15 minutes to cool down and then we can come back and continue this conversation?" Doing this isn't running away from the problem. It's a sign of maturity. It prevents the situation from escalating into a hurtful fight and allows both of you to return to the conversation with a clearer head. Number 3, accept that you cannot control their reaction. This one is huge, especially for my fellow people pleasers. Your responsibility is for your words and your actions. You must communicate in the kindest, clearest, and most respectful way you can. But you cannot control how they will feel or react to what you've said. Some people will understand. Some might get angry or feel hurt. Those are their feelings, and you have to allow them to feel them. Your job is to stand firmly but gently by what you've communicated and give them the space and time to process it. Remember, communication is a skill. It takes practice. The first time you try this, it might feel awkward or clumsy. That's perfectly okay. Just be brave enough to start, be kind to yourself when you make mistakes, and I promise you, you will get better at it. And that is the art of communication that we've had our heart-to-heart chat about today, my friends. Being direct with love and compassion doesn't destroy relationships. On the contrary, it's what helps build deeper, stronger, and more resilient connections. It builds trust, showing that no matter what happens, the two of you are willing to turn towards each other and work through it together. I want to leave you with this thought. Every time you choose to communicate assertively, instead of staying silent or exploding with anger, you are saying to both yourself and your partner, our relationship is valuable enough for me to make this effort. I'm sending all my encouragement to you as you go out and practice building these bridges of understanding in your own relationships. That's all the time we have for Heart to Heart today. Join me again for our next episode to see what we'll talk about next. Until then, take care of your heart and be mindful of your words. Goodbye.